Coming to you from the Oak Spring Garden Foundation in Upperville, Virginia, it's Between Two Topiaries, the show where we talk about gardening the Bunny Mellon way. And now, here's your host, Todd Lloyd.
Okay, welcome to Between Two Topiaries. My name is Todd Lloyd. I'm the head gardener here at Oak Spring Garden Foundation. I've been employed by the Mellons for almost 36 years now, in one way or another, with the farm itself or for the foundation that's proceeding now. So today we're going to be talking about forced bulbs. These are something we've always done for Mrs. Mellon. We've always had the forced bulbs. We'd kind of stage them through the main house in different rooms, and we'd always have them in different areas of through the gardens and just all around the farm to where they could be seen, and they were always noticeable because everybody always commented about how nice they always look. So Thomas, do you have any questions for me today?
Hi Todd, so let's just jump right in. What were some of Mrs. Mellon's favorite bulbs?
The daffodils that she liked a lot, the colors, the color scheme that we used was usually a yellow, a soft yellow, nothing really too flashy, just kind of a pale yellow.
What are some of the challenges that we face when we force the bulbs themselves? I know we have a decent bit sometimes.
The forcing of bulbs, the challenge, the things that I'm trying to do now is the weather itself. Our winters aren't nearly as cold that they've been in the past. So now we're just trying different ways. We put them in the cold frames now. We're keeping them covered up, and we try to keep them as close to probably anywhere between 35 and 40 degrees is the ideal temperature for the forcing of bulbs.
Historically, what happens to all the bulbs that we forced when they were done flowering and blooming?
For Mrs. Mellon, we first we would offer them to employees. That was one option, and then when they weren't, the employees didn't take them, we would plant them, a lot of them along the roadsides and stuff like that. And when she would be going out anywhere, the bulbs would be along the edge of the roads, even down at the airstrip. We planted a lot of bulb planting down through the airstrip, and just places where she was going to be driving by in general and where she could see them and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm sure that was really beautiful at the time.
Yeah, it was always it was always a great time of year because we had so many thousands that we planted over the years, so there was bulbs everywhere, and it was fun to do. And they didn't go to waste by no means. They kept reblooming every year, so it was nice.
So what are a few of your favorite bulbs, personally?
I like the Muscari. Blue's my favorite color, so Muscari is, and just the form and the shape, I like that a lot, the cone shape, and they're just, they're kind of to themselves, they have their own look.
What soil mixture do we use when we are forcing these bulbs?
I myself, I prefer Pro Mix that we use here, and we use mixed with a little sand and stuff just to keep it so it's well drained. So when the bulbs that we do put to the terracotta pots, it's a good drainage where it doesn't rot the bulbs, and it does help them stay cooler in the darker places where we keep them.
And then speaking on like the darker places, what are some of the more few key elements that go into actually forcing the bulbs themselves, like the light and the darkness and all that?
The way we used to do it in the past, when our winters were a lot colder, we'd put them outside in cold frames with no tops on them. We'd use our leaf compost that we would gather up ourselves, and make sure it was rotted down pretty good because I didn't want to put any of the really green compost because it was too hot. Right. So we get kind of the more rotted down, the mixture that was more broken down, cover the pots, and the cold frames we stored them in, they were probably anywhere between 3.5 to 4 feet deep. Mm-hmm. And we filled them all the way to the top with the compost, and about 2 months, 3 months, depending on the weather, the temperatures and everything, go out and just start digging some of them out, just see where we were at as far as how close they were, if any were starting to sprout yet or not, or just It just depended on the temperatures itself.
Well, I think that's all the questions I had for you right now. So thanks for sharing. It's definitely been a lot of fun being able to force all these bulbs and everything with you.
Thank you for helping me do this year. We potted up over 400 bulbs this year, and hopefully we'll be displaying more of them on the foundation here soon.
Yeah.
Yes, thanks for watching, and we'll see you the next time on Between Two Topiaries.
This has been an Oak Spring Garden Foundation production.